the vast sun-baked desert of ancient Egypt, a multitude of people trudged through the wilderness. These were the Israelites, led by their brave leader, Moses. After enduring years of harsh slavery under Egyptian rule, they were finally free. But their journey to the Promised Land was far from over. The Israelites found themselves camped near the shores of the Red Sea, their spirits dampened by the unforgiving desert sun and the uncertainty of their path. Their relief was short-lived, as the thunderous sound of chariots and the clatter of hooves signaled a grim reality. Pharaoh's army was pursuing them with relentless determination. As fear and despair spread among the people, they turned to Moses. "What have you done?" they cried out. "We are trapped between the sea and the Egyptians. Did you bring us out here to die?" Moses, though deeply aware of their plight, remained calm and resolute. "Do not be afraid," he assured them. "Stand firm, and you'll see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." With unwavering faith, Moses went up to a rocky outcrop overlooking the Red Sea. As he stood there, a divine light shone down, and God spoke to him. "Raise your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea," God instructed. "Divide the waters so that the Israelites can walk through on dry ground." Obeying the command, Moses lifted his staff high. Suddenly, a powerful wind began to blow, stirring the waters of the Red Sea. To the amazement of all who watched, the sea parted, creating a path of dry land between towering walls of water. The Israelites, filled with a mixture of awe and trepidation, began to make their way through this miraculous pathway. The sight was both magnificent and terrifying. On one side, the sea stretched out in a shimmering expanse of water, while on the other massive walls of water rose high above them. Despite their fear, the Israelites pressed forward, guided by Moses and their unwavering trust in God. As the last of the Israelites were nearing the far shore, the thunderous approach of the Egyptian army became evident. Pharaoh's chariots charged into the sea, driven by the desperate hope of recapturing the fleeing slaves. Moses, now on the opposite shore, raised his staff once more. As he did, the waters began to collapse back into place. The once formed pathway through the sea was quickly overwhelmed by the returning tide. The Egyptian army, caught in the crushing waters, was swept away, their pursuit ended by the divine intervention that had delivered the Israelites. On the far shore, the Israelites looked back in astonishment and relief. The sea, now calm and serene, bore witness to the incredible miracle they had just experienced. Overwhelmed with gratitude and joy, they broke into jubilant song, celebrating their liberation and the mighty act of God that had ensured their safety. "I will sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted," they sang, their voices echoing across the desert. "The horse and its rider he has hurled into the sea." And so, with their faith reaffirmed and their spirits uplifted, the Israelites continued their journey through the wilderness, their hearts filled with hope, and their path illuminated by the divine promise of a land flowing with milk and honey.